Okay, well, shall I suggest that we start with Ted because he's first on my list?
Sure thing. Let me just
Excellent.
move my whole setup. There was
Brilliant.
going to be some kind of backing track, and then that just never happened. So I'm just going to sing a cappella.
Oh, go for it. We love Acapulco.
Oh my Christ!
But I will check that you're starting the right key and not cheating.
Because that would be a dream with this one.
Yeah. Although, if you ever go and do an audition at Aix-en-Provence and you're singing Mozart, they sing everything just slightly lower,
Well, that'd be nice.
which is glorious. I remember going there thinking I'd sung the best I ever had, and then they told me that it was absolutely cool. So tell us a bit about what you're going to give us, Ted.
Yeah, so I'm going to do Tamino's Nightmare Second Aria, Wie stark ist nicht dein Zauberton. It's a camp little number. I will be imaginarily pretending to play the flute, of course. Yeah. Yeah, he plays the flute, and then all these chorus members dressed as lions, tigers, and bears come out and do a little dance, and it truly has never once looked good, ever. Yeah.
Sure. There's never the budget for some kind of, David Attenborough life kind of projection series at that stage, which is always a bit of a shame. But gorgeous. Are you giving us the recit as well, or are you just plunging straight in?
I was just going to plunge straight in.
Okay, cool.
I can do the recit if you like.
I don't know. I think it's kind of nice in audition, definitely, to do a bit of the recit.
Let me find it.
If not just to be like, hello voice, there you are.
Yeah, that's a useful one with this. Okay.
I think if you can... Now, I suggest that we all mute ourselves while Ted sings, because I can hear like fans and air conditioners and, lovers wafting us with palm leaves and things. So let's just all mute, and Ted, you've...
Cool. Okay, I'll go from the recit then. Sie lebt, ich danke euch dafür. Oh, wenn ich doch imstande wäre, Allmächtige, zu eurer Ehre, mit jedem Tone meinen Dank zu schildern, wie er hier entsprang. Little play in me, pretend to play the flute. Wie stark ist nicht ein Zauberton, weil holde Flöte, durch dein Spielen selbst wildet ihre Freude fühlen. Wie stark ist doch dein Zauberton, weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, selbst wildet ihre Freude, doch nur Panina bleibt davon. Nur Panina bleibt davon. Panina, höre mich. Umsonst, wo fänd ich dich? Ha, das ist Papagenos Ton. Vielleicht sei Paminen schon, vielleicht hat sie mit ihm zu mir, vielleicht führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr. Ta-da. Christ, that last day. Ugh.
That was glorious.
Thanks. Kind of weird doing it
Bravo.
without a flute, you know? But
Absolutely, yeah. I did actually forget to take my flute on once for this.
oh no.
Yeah. And so I did this thing where, like, you know, like the Care Bears, when they, like, you know, shine out of their tummies, like I played my flute, but like spiritually. So every time we went for it, I went, like that. And it kind of worked. I think they kind of thought,
That's fantastic. I'm going to do that in auditions.
you should, because like they could have saved a lot on their prop budget. Just, you know, imagining the flute. Okay, my love. Well, bravo for surviving.
Thank you. That last A is a pain in the ass. That's the bit where I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah, sure. Well, we can discuss that and all pitch in. I mean, I think with anything like this, it's especially for Tamino, is a long old night. So a lot of it is about survival and really giving yourself some tools to be able to get through it with the minimal effort.
Yeah.
You know, it's really about economical singing. And in this country, they cast this part very lightly. But on the continent, they often cast it much more in a kind of Helden fach. Yeah. You know, and you might be a little, you know, a baby Helden. Yeah, at some stage. A Jungend. Yeah. Sehr Jungend mit Mustache. But it's really worth just kind of like singing it with your voice, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but I was generally really impressed. Any thoughts from the floating heads? You may unmute yourselves.
No.
Well done.
Exactly. Does anybody else sing that one?
Too scared.
Too scared. A little too scared.
I did the role in English at university level, but it didn't sound like that when I sang it.
Oh.
That's nice, isn't it? Glorious. Okay, well, let's bash on now. We've had our little mothers meeting to say how great you are. Johnny, if I were you, I would start at O Ewige Nacht.
Oh, okay. I just thought because I didn't have my, you know, the Ted Black backing singers with me.
Supremes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think just in terms of like atmosphere, because anybody can kind of sing that in.
Yeah.
Let's go from there. And can somebody who is good like with timings and stuff? Laura, you're an accountant sometimes.
Yeah.
Can you
Sure.
tell us when 25 minutes has elapsed?
Sure.
And give me like a kind of, you know, this kind of thing, or a windmill.
25 minutes from now or from
now?
From now. Sure.
From now. Okay, baby. Here we go. Fab. Right. So, Ted.
Yeah.
Let's start from O Ewige Nacht, and we'll just stop as we go. And if anybody has any questions, just raise your hand digitally. Here we go.
O ewige Nacht, wann wirst du schwinden? Wann wird das Licht mein Auge finden?
Cool, brilliant. Lovely, that's fab. Now, because I know you well, I'm going to be quite difficult.
Please.
With all of this recit stuff, you want to make it as kind of speaky as possible.
Okay.
Yes, I think you've got a really good like economical kind of like mouth position going on, but you kind of go,
yeah.
O ewige Nacht. You like open up into that bigger kind of chesty place.
Okay.
And then if you try and maneuver that up into through the passaggio when you get to the tricky bit, then it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
So really just make this as speaky as possible. O ewige Nacht.
Yeah.
Really easy. Go again.
O ewige Nacht, wann wirst du schwinden? Wann wird das Licht mein Auge finden?
Beautiful. And then we just get a constant tone, and that's all connected and sounds gorgeous. Okay. Now, the kind of Royal Variety performance version of that has a bit more mystery and mystical. O ewige Nacht. Can you do something which is just a bit more inspiring for us? For Sinead O'Connor? One single tune here.
Okay. O ewige Nacht, wann wirst du schwinden? Wann wird das Licht mein mein Auge finden.
Cool. That's lovely. Now, what happens between the das Licht? It gets a little bit. Wann wird das Licht? It goes a bit.
Oh, okay.
I can just hear a tiny little disconnect.
Wann wird das Licht da?
Yeah, if you make that as legato as possible, so we get wann, and anything which is a question, make sure that you give the V lots of energy.
Yeah.
Wann wird das Licht?
Would you go for wird das or wird das?
Say again, my love.
Wird das or like wird das?
I would wird das. I
Okay.
would double.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wann wird das Licht mein Auge finden?
Gorgeous, yeah. That's it. You're just going to make sure that the air is steady when you go to the Licht.
Yeah, just I think before, because I was trying to put it in like a speaky place, just the support was off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So just make sure you are turned on, so to speak, where you get there. Okay? Then we'll go bold, bold, Jungling, bold, bold. Okay, here we go. Bald.
Bald, bald, bald sagt, bald sagt ihr oder nie, ihr Unsichtbaren saget mir, liebt denn Pamina noch?
Gorgeous. Cool. So just for the audience, make sure that you give Pamina a bit of love.
Yeah.
She hasn't been on in a while. You know, last time we saw her, she was floating around. So we get last time on Pamina Watch. Yeah, so we get like a bit of connection there. So just point her out, give us that again. So go from ihr Unsichtbaren, saget mir.
Ihr Unsichtbaren saget mir, lebt denn Pamina noch?
Gorgeous. Pamina, Pamina, lebet noch.
Sie lebt, ich danke euch dafür. Oh, wenn ich doch imstande wäre, Allmächtige, zu eurer Ehre, mit jedem Tone meinen Dank zu schildern, wie er entsprang. I fucking hate that.
I know. It's really hard. I'm sure we can all resonate with you there. Now, what's great about this, baby, is that the orchestra are just going blank, blank, you know?
Yeah.
So you can really take your time.
Okay.
So when we get freudig, sie lebt, like, let's not just have she lives, kind of thing. Let's have it like, first of all, she, like, disbelief, sie lebt. Affirmation, sie lebt.
Yeah.
Yeah, ich danke euch dafür. And then, and then I would really infuse the O with some emotion.
Okay.
Oh, wenn ich doch stande werde, and let it build. Allmächtige zu eurer Ehre. And then this mit jedem, take all the time and let that ring like a bitch.
Okay.
Because that is your, I can sing a G, people. You know, if you're doing an audition, if you're doing a performance, you don't have to do that. Because I'll hear you sing all night. If you're doing a performance, you want that is a really nice place just to be like, and here's my G.
Yeah, and it's like not a stressful one, whereas the A one, I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Exactly. Absolutely. So let's go Sie lebt again.
Yeah. Sie lebt, ich danke euch dafür. Oh, wenn ich doch imstande wäre, Allmächtige, zu eurer Ehre, mit jedem Tonen meinen Dank zu schildern.
Just now, with the jedem, is it possible to put a bit of in there? So we get mit jedem.
Yeah. Mit jedem. Can I get away with that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Doesn't that sound good, boys?
Yeah.
It sounds like the rest of your voice, and it's not going on like a shelf or a. It's a bit Billy Bookcase, that.
Yeah, okay.
Mit jedem. Mit jedem. We just want that to live nice and easy. Okay, give us that one more time, and then we'll get to V here.
Mit jedem Tone meinen Dank zu schildern, wie entsprang.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, I'm going to tell you something which Tom Allen told me when we did this at Scottish Opera. because I did exactly the same thing as you. Little young buck, 24, and I had my flute, and I was like, VA. I was like, VA here, here, and he was like, why the hell are you like shouting at the flute? Yeah, it's like a joyful moment, so it doesn't have to be like a heroic moment.
Okay.
So if I were you, I would just beautifully close your aperture slightly, close your mouth. Yeah, so we get VA here, here, and point it down this way as much as you can.
Okay.
Because if you give it any kind of like Pez quality,
then
it's going to overstretch your balance.
Okay.
Yeah, so just try and keep that as slim as you can. Go via here again.
Via here, here and sprang.
Absolutely, that's gorgeous.
It feels way comfier now that I'm not trying to make it like this big moment, you know?
Definitely, because actually the excitement comes from the entsprang.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what gives us the energy. Okay, let's go into aria, love.
Yes.
And I suggest, even though it's awkward as hell, that you wait for the right amount of time in between your singing, because that is like the part of your technical plan.
Yes. Okay.
In this piece, okay? Let's go for it. Bum bum ba da dee da dee dee da da dum ba da do da da ba da ba da ba da ba da be da be da 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 bum ba da 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 da. Cue down left, some old pensioner in a teddy bear suit. Dum dum dee la 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 dee dum.
Wie stark ist nicht ein Zauberton, weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, selbst wildet ihre Freude fühlen.
Gorgeous. Well done, well done, well done. So what makes this difficult is that we've got a combination of open and closed vowels.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that, and then for me it's trying not to bump every high note.
Yeah,
because the lines are longer than.
Absolutely. So you're giving some love to the other parts of the phrase. Because actually, it's a really, really simple tune, and if it wasn't like dipping in and out of your passaggio like a persistent pig,
truly,
it would be really easy to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to really kind of like give us that kind of folk feeling as much as you can.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is don't open the stark as much as you are.
Okay.
And try and make all of those vowels so you're not going in and out of an envelope. So we don't get Zauberton.
Yeah, okay.
And we get more of a Zauberton. So
Yeah.
all of these changes are actually happening inside your mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, which is going to keep your breath balance way simpler. And when we get to holde Flöte, really stick to the authenticity of that vowel, Flöte, because that actually helps you drop your larynx slightly.
Yeah.
And for the durch, a wee gem for that is instead of going durch, if you actually stay with the beginning of the word, the durch, it just stays in one slot.
Okay.
Why don't you just try from holde Flöte first?
Yeah.
See if that works. Yeah, holde Flöte.
Yeah. Holde Flöte durch dein Spiel.
Yeah, what happens if you go for more of an oo? So we get holde Flöte durch dein Spielen.
Holde Flöte durch dein Spielen. Yeah, it feels comfy.
Yeah, and that's just literally one slot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not having to juggle stuff about all the time.
Absolutely. Do we get that, floating heads? Do we see the joy of just keeping that closed? Okay, let's go from Wie stark again and try and get that folky quality.
Wie stark ist nicht dein Zauberton, weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, selbst wildet ihre Freude fühlen.
Lovely, lovely. And then in between this little break, make sure you breathe like a human being.
Yeah.
Like, just literally like, breathing, hello, like say hello to yourself.
Yeah.
Like really, really right. Chill as much as you can. So bada 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 bum. Do 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 do.
Wie stark ist doch dein Zauberton.
Yeah, gorgeous. So those little interjections are like reminding yourself that you can sing line.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're just like, use it as a little thing like to test yourself how much you can just be like, wie stark ist dich dein Zauberton.
Okay.
How gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
try that.
Wie stark ist doch dein Zauberton.
Lovely. Bada 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 bam. Bada da 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 da.
Weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen. Would you do a little thing there? Sometimes
Do a
people
thing. Do a thing. Depending on how fun the conductor is. I've done this like a few times, and one time the conductor was so fun that he got the Queen of the Night to do ornaments upon the shit she was already doing.
Jesus, no thanks. Oof.
It was like, talk about gilding the lily. So yeah, I would definitely do something. I've been known to go spielen or
that's
some
fun. I'm gonna
something
steal that.
puffy like that.
I'll credit you. I'll put it in the program.
Absolute, yes, of course. Let's go V-holder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen.
Glorious. Now, can you do that in a kind of like a kind of more graceful way?
Yes.
So you go spielen.
Oh. Weil holde Flöte durch dein Spielen.
Beautiful.
Holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, selbst wildert ihre Freude.
Good. Now, that's really fab. So when, after you've done your loveliness, think that you're just going to use like the thin part of your folds for this next bit.
Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
not like tanking it, because we've got to keep that for that last page.
Yes.
As ever with bloody Mozart,
Always.
you know, it's like the gladiators. It's always that bloody thing at the end. If you watch Ninja Warrior, which I do, and I absolutely love it. It's like the warped wall.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I would kind of just really think, Holle Flöte, really kind of just like nice and slim.
Say that. Okay.
Yeah. So go for that. And when we go wilde Tiere Freude, not Freude or anything
Okay.
weird. Try and keep
Okay.
that all in slot.
Yeah.
Holde Flöte.
Holde Flöte durch dein Spielen, selbst wildert ihre Freude. Doch nur Pamina bleibt davon. Nur Pamina bleibt davon.
Gorgeous, really, really good, love. And when we get into davon, just give that a bit of energy,
Okay.
as if you're like going, and over to you, flute. So, no, what is it?
E flat.
Nur Pamina bleibt davon.
Oh, okay.
Like you're handing over
Yeah.
the Olympic baton.
Yeah.
What was that one?
The second one.
The last one then. Nur Pamina bleibt davon.
Nur Pamina bleibt davon.
Ba-da-bum, bum, ba-ba-da-ba-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Pamina.
Yeah.
Very much.
What's our idea with this?
Kind of. It's a little whiny, but that time that time and also the time before, that F sharp goes into a slightly weird, like over-covery, strange place.
Yeah, definitely. But I think if your voice does want to cover,
Yeah.
then let that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we all know? It's absolutely fine if we don't know. Are we all au fait with the covering business? With the floating heads? Yes. Let me just check. Sorry, I can't see everybody in here. Let me just see if Matt, is it Sam? Sam, are we au fait with the covering? Gorgeous. Yeah. So I think what's important with these things is that they're it's like an exercise basically in doing a leap.
Yeah.
isn't it? So if you can try and make the top sound the same as the bottom in terms of vocal quality,
Okay.
then it might take away from like a Pamiona.
Yeah, because at the moment it feels very like Pamino.
Exactly, yeah. If you can try and kind of keep that, because actually the E gives you a nice high tongue.
Yeah.
So if you can try and keep that instead of like going like closed, closed, open,
Yeah.
it's more like closed, closed, open, but with an R behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, give that a go.
Yeah.
Pamina.
Pamino.
That's good, yeah. And think that we've done some talking about opposing forces before, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you imagine that the sound out of your mouth is going this way, but it has quite a lot of this in there as well.
Okay.
So you get Pamina, na, and it's just kind of like it's coming out of you like this. Sorry, it's quite flowery language, but it's tricky. I'm not going to start talking about butterflies. But it has to have enough strength this way as well as this way, so it's not all. Part of the reason that it feels like it's going roof is because there's not enough stuff holding it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think graceful, which will help as well. Go from there. Go from there again.
Pamino.
Yeah, great. Really good.
Yeah, I think that really helped me like jam my palate up a bit more.
Absolutely. Just that opposing force, like that little extra little kind of bit of tautness.
Yeah.
And let's carry on. Bum, ba, da, 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 da.
Pamino, höre mich.
Cool. Now, are you able to have that second höre mich from a more primal place?
Probably.
Yeah. Just because it feels slightly more throat bound than I think you could do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So do you know what you did with the here earlier on?
Yes.
You can do exactly the same with this.
Okay.
Okay. So let's go from Pamina.
Pamino, höre mich.
That was. I thought that was really good. Okay. I thought you got more bang for your buck there.
Okay, good.
Did it not feel good?
No, I think it just felt different. I wanted my lips to be on holiday a little bit more than they were.
Okay, give that a go. Give that a go.
Höre mich.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that felt good. Okay, I'll keep that one.
Yeah. When Ted's talking about his lips being on holiday, we've been doing like a little bit of work together at the RCM, and it's about like not having anything stopping your breath coming from its kind of engine downstairs. You don't want anything to stop. So any kind of like face tension, jaw tension, chin tension. I mean, there's a whole raft of body parts that want to get involved that you don't need, but the lips are like number one.
Yeah, it's written all over my Rex progress score now. Lips on holiday, lips on holiday, lips on holiday.
I love that. Lower.
There you go.
Aloha. Gorgeous. Okay, let's carry on. Bum, bum, bum.
Umsonst.
Diddlia.
Wo.
Go. So when you're getting back down into the lower part of your voice here,
yeah,
really try and think of a really simple, more speaky connection. So you
get
vo,
vo.
Yeah, just to make it as easy as possible.
Okay.
Okay. Da-diddly-ump.
Vo.
Da-diddly-ump.
Wo, ach, wo, not that time.
No, absolutely. We've got to be brave with these things. And we applaud any kind of crack. Hurrah. Means we're alive. Especially when people are like really dehydrated.
Oh, truly. That's what
it's so hard to like keep the old cords flapping in the wind. Right. Try that again, but I think you can probably as well. I felt like a little bit of muscle coming up through there.
Yeah.
If you just kind of keep it more.
Yeah, I think it's because I want to do this like fabulous diminuendo moment, and so I then end up pushing to get it loud in the first place, but it's very counterproductive. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be loudest when it's free.
Yeah. Okay.
And you're going to be able to do a stunning diminuendo if you're free as well.
That's the plan. Just from those vowels.
Yeah, vo.
Oh. Vo, ach, wo, find ich dich? Das ist Papagenos Ton.
Cool. And if I were you, I'd get a bit more meh, meh, meh into that. A bit more frontal.
Yeah.
Das ist Papagenos Ton.
Okay. Das ist Papagenos Ton. Ton.
I would oh as much as you can.
Ton.
Yeah.
Das ist Papagenos Ton.
Yeah, really good, really good.
Okay.
I think in German repertoire, guys, it's really important to do these nice closed O's. Because often we think, oh, if we open it up, it feels better, I'm making more noise. But actually, it gets your voice used to like actually tilting, gets your larynx tilting. And if you avoid that, that's when you sing everything open at the top, which is like a, you know, an autobiography of misery. Right. So let's ha, das ist Papagenos one more time.
Ha, das ist Papagenos Ton. Vielleicht sei Paminen schon. Vielleicht als sie mit ihm zu mir. Vielleicht.
Cool. So I would just take a bit more time before the first vielleicht.
Okay.
Yeah, and make sure in the excitement of the dee dee da 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 that you're really, really connected to your breath.
Okay.
Then you're not just going to go vielleicht sei Paminen schon.
Yeah.
Vielleicht sei Paminen schon.
Okay.
Like think legato but with excitement.
Okay. Vielleicht sei Paminen schon. Vielleicht hat sie mit ihm zu mir. Vielleicht.
Well, Ted, that was way better. That was way better because you had the pin out of your posterior.
It makes it so much easier to take a little moment before the last one. Yeah.
Absolutely, definitely. Now, when you do the vielleicht again, can you think of your tongue staying in that high position so we're not getting closed, open? Vielleicht.
Yeah.
You just like balance it more.
Vielleicht.
Yep, and now make sure that downstairs is nice and relaxed before you start.
Yes.
I can just hear a bit of a wave.
Yeah, a little something. Vielleicht.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'd all buy that, wouldn't we? Yeah, that's sexy. Okay, and then we get to the fun part. Führt.
Yeah. Führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr.
Gorgeous. I know, it's such a bitch.
It's an absolute pig.
It's really hard. I mean, I've got an idea of what I would do there, but just for funsies, talking heads, any ideas of how we can make that easier? The answer can be, I have no idea. Cut. Cut. Listen, I've been known to miss out that A.
Wait, when? How?
We'll just go, fit me.
Just turn up stage.
Absolutely. Honestly, the amount of people that don't actually realize that it's gone. It's like the Queen of the Night that doesn't have a top F and she just goes, and most people think that they've heard it. So it's not a bad suggestion.
Okay, that's the plan. I just won't sing it.
Exactly. Any other thoughts? Wow, what a group of minds we are. What I would do is, because it's an E vowel, which should be helpful that it's closed.
Yeah.
Make sure that it is closed and we're not trying to open it up.
That's the thing. That's what I've sort of had to overcome with it so far. The temptation to, for some reason, try and sing an I vowel.
Yeah.
So I've written feed me rather than führt mich because
Feed me Seymour.
Exactly, a whole Audrey 2 moment.
Oh, I love it. Right, okay. If I were you, I would send all of those E vowels down as low as you can. So you get führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr, führt mich der Ton zu ihr. And I'd make sure that you sing tone.
Yeah.
There, because it's closed. Because if you go tone, when you get to the Act 1 finale, you'll be like,
yeah, I'll be regretting it.
Masseuse, stage left.
Okay.
Okay, so führt mich. Let's go try that again.
Führt mich der Ton zur Ehr, führt mich der Ton zur Ehr, führt mich, führt mich.
Cool. Now make sure that your chin's not getting involved. Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, that one.
Yeah, so also, baby, I would do like a teeny tiny little glottal before the ear. I know it sounds weird, but so you don't get zu ear.
Yeah.
What you're doing there is you're re-establishing the slimmest connection that you can.
Okay.
And you're not going
Yeah.
and it just gives it a bit more of a point.
Okay.
Nicky, that's your time check, just so you know.
Thank you, Laurie. God love you, worth every penny. It's like, I'm being paid. Right. Let's try that one more time. And with a tiny little glottal to see if you can just make that kind of nice and slim as possible.
Okay. Führt mich der Ton zur Ehr, führt mich der Ton zur Ehr, führt mich der Ton zur Ehr.
Now make sure that your tongue is up on the der.
Yeah.
Führt mich der Ton.
Okay.
Because if you go der, if that's open, then you're going to have to close it up again.
Okay.
Which if you keep all of those on the closed side.
Mich der Ton zur Ehr.
So now with a tiny bit of opposing force on that one.
Führt mich der Ton zur Ehr.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you can open it up a bit once you've hit it.
Once I've established, yeah.
Yeah, once you've stroked it, then you can maybe open it up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember Barry Banks saying to me when I had some sessions, and he's an incredible technician, way better than I am. And he said that he never actually he started singing bigger repertoire like Verdi and stuff. And he also said it wasn't anything to do with the size of his voice, but what he would do is that he would start a note in a really, really slim way and then grow on it.
Yeah.
Which made people think that he had a much bigger voice than he actually had.
Yeah.
But it was way safer for him to do as well, instead of just like tanking through.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
But that's awesome, my love.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Really, really good. Like, do not be scared of that aria at all. If you can think of it as a folk song as much as you can, then you'll be.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where, like, because it's harder than Die Spieldness, which is already kind of hard, I get kind of nervy about it. But
definitely, it's like a gauntlet.
Truly.
Yeah, but also the more times you do it, the way easier it becomes as well.
Yeah.
Because there's so much of the role, it all becomes kind of like the least of your troubles in a way.
Yeah, okay, that's the plan.
Yeah. So if you can get hired to do like a lovely tour of it with, ETO or somewhere where you have to say it like 85 times in, Kendall or something.
Exactly, that's the plan, yeah.
Yeah, then that's a really good way of learning how to do all that stuff.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. You're in great shape. Lots of love. Well done.
Thank you.